following is a presentation of Geekster Media.
Hey there, Wax Packers! Adam coming back at you with another edition of Wax Pack Flashback. As promised, we have another pack of 80s Adventure Series trading cards. That's right, Knight Rider by Donruss. There you go, got your Michael Knighton kit right on the front of the packaging there. So this is another pack that I picked up at RetroCon this year. And Knight Rider was a big deal to me as a kid. I mean, who wouldn't want a robot car? I remember specifically, though, there were two, just burned into my brain incidents involving Knight Rider for me. The first was, I actually would, for some reason, when I was ever at a bank that had, the velvet rope and had those stands that were kind of shiny, I would, hold on to the, and this is I'm 3 or 4, right? But I would hold on to the pole and look down at the reflection and talk to Kit. I thought Kit was inside the reflection. I don't know why, but I was always like, turbo boost Kit, whatever. I would get excited. The other thing was that I remember I would go to garage sales with my mom all the time, and I found the Kit car. And it had a feature on the back where you flipped the, and it still worked, this is early 90s, but you would flip the license plate and it would talk, Kit would actually talk to you. And I remember it was missing the doors, so I built my own doors and covered them in electrician's tape so they'd be black and match. Anyway, but I still love that thing and I played with it all the time. But yeah, Knight Rider, I definitely was watching. It is a show where, David Hasselhoff became a superstar. You couldn't help but want to have, your black leather jacket to match your black car. I remember Knight Rider 2000 when I was like, oh, they bringing it back, but it was just a one-off TV movie thing. Did not go. But yeah, Team Knight Rider even, right? They definitely have tried to bring back the concept several times. I will say, for those of you who are interested, right now, if you love your Hasselhoff, on my other podcast here on the Geekster Media Network, it is called Remember That Show? Where we revisit the obscure or forgotten TV shows of the 80s and 90s. We are talking about Baywatch Nights. Yeah, which was the spinoff of Baywatch, where David Hasselhoff wanted to get back to his adventure series roots, and that first season especially before it goes supernatural, which is what most people remember about Baywatch Nights. He was trying to get back that swagger, that energy of Knight Rider, but he had no car. He just had the beach. So if you're interested to hear our discussion of that, William Bruce West and I had a blast talking about Baywatch Nights. Again, that is here on the Geekster Media Network. But let's open up these cards. Enough of my yakking. Let's see what's in there. Okay, so here we are with our pack of Knight Rider bubblegum cards by Donruss from 1982, 1983, in that era here. There are 8 fuller cards, but you gotta love the illustration here. I mean, I don't know, I feel like there were all sorts of, coloring books and things like that for Knight Rider, but was there ever a comic book? Because it really feels like it deserved it. But check this out back here. The Knight 2000 Turbo Booster Launcher by Kenner. We got to flip this out here before we look at the cards, because I love when they advertise something other than just gum or candy or on these things. Let's see if we can get this, at least a fuller picture of that. Yeah, wow, look at that. That is so cool. All right, but yeah, so these cards, I'm excited to find out what they give to us. The gum. Let's see what... All right, so yeah, so this is similar. We just opened up those Magnum PI cards. And yeah, so the Donruss gum was flatter, longer than the standard Topps gun you're normally used to. Now let's see what happens when we take this off. We got a cowboy Michael Knight here. Yep, that ripped it. But yeah, so there we go. He's ready to lasso something. He's got his belt buckle rolling there. Hasselhoff. All right, well, there we see a little bit of the Knight Rider logo when we put all these together. But here's the star of the show. There's Kit blasting open a chain link fence. Looking good, looking good. Surely somewhere on the back lot at Universal Studios. You know, I used to go there as a kid and they would have Kit on display, and that was so awesome to be able to see Kit in person. And here we go again with Michael Knight, got the leather jacket, the chest hair peeking out there, got his, beautiful fro. All right, some more letters. So it looks like there's the logo on that combination puzzle piece is going to be pretty large. All right, here he is. Now, the question is, I'm assuming he's not actually flying in the air. He wasn't super powered, Michael Knight, but he is definitely probably on the tarmac, riding on a wing, trying to do something to stop a bad guy from getting away. Look at the beautiful manicure of David Hasselhoff. Ooh, now this was some of the cooler stuff about Kit, right? Was the interior, the dashboard. You know, I have a buddy, his name is Tony. He runs retrodays.org. If you've never been to Retro Days, that's kind of where I got my start, just writing about things of the 80s. And he has a replica Knight 2000. That's right. He's got his own kit. And totally decked out. That is awesome. All right, let's see here. Now, we talked about Baywatch Nights at the beginning. Here's Devin, okay? I will tell you that on our episode of Remember That Show, we actually talked about an episode of Baywatch Nights where Devin, this actor, teams up again with Michael Knight. He plays a scientist, and it is so cool. It was actually his last television performance, was reuniting with his Knight Rider cast member. All right, so there is Devin once again in a convertible, out for a stroll, out riding around. Okay, again, the Hasselhoff hand. We haven't seen the Kit face that I always consider the woo 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 woo. That's his face. Anyway, and finally there we go. Is this Bonnie? Am I getting that right? That she was the mechanic who was always there. Will they, won't they with Michael Knight, but getting a ride in Kit herself. I gotta love that denim shirt, pure 80s. All right, well, let's see which of these is my favorite. So I don't know. It feels like this was maybe like an early days of trading cards situation where everything on the back was just a puzzle piece, right? So we didn't get a description. I liked a lot with the Magnum PI cards that they actually had like further illustrations on the back and a brief description of what was going on in the photo itself. And kind of the selection of photos here was a little bit lackluster, I guess you would say, just from the perspective of like, I don't know, like, it's just kind of Michael Knight, here's Devin, here's this. There was no like Michael and Kit in action. I mean, I'm sure there's got to be one or two in the set, but you would hope there would be more of that. And that being the case, this is a rare occurrence on Wax Pack Flashback, but I think just the wrapper is my favorite. You know, just having this imagery here, this is what I was hoping to find in the cards. So maybe somebody who has a full set could let me know if that is the case. But thanks for checking out this video. Again, I hope that you will check out Remember That Show. Get all the Hasselhoff that you can handle. Do we hassle the Hoff? Well, we kind of do. We have cheers and jeers on that show, and it may have made its way into the jeers, Hasselhoff's performance on the show. But it was a real fun conversation, so get in there, check it out. And hey, I hope that you will stay subscribed here to Geekster Vision so you see all the other videos and content that is headed your way. I will be back soon enough with another edition of Wax Pack Flashback, but until next time, we'll see you later.
This has been a presentation of Geekster Media.